the land of digital gold. TA with TI Joey Bold. Charts light up as we unfold. Trust the signals, watch it grow. Technical analysis with trade intuition. Every move like a seasoned magician. Crypto life, no intermission. Piper Academy Network, the mission.
That's right, guys. Piper Academy. That is where it's at. Let's go in 3, 2, and 1. Bingo, bango. Bingo and a bango. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time it is your time, it's always time to make this money. So let's do it, guys. Let's make this money. My name is Joe, also known as Trade Intuition. Some people know me as Trade Sir Joe and also TI Joe. Let's go and get started. And first, let's look at the crypto bubbles. Then from there, let's go to the trade setups and also any charts or questions that you may have. So this is the TA portion, the Trade Academy portion of the Piper Academy Network. This is where we focus on just the strategies, the foundation really of trading. You know, some people may say, oh, well, I would have bought the breakout right there, or I would have bought the retest right there. It's really easy to say that after the fact. Man, anybody can say that. But to actually use your thought process and your words to explain why is a totally different concept. And that's what we do here. We dive into the whys. Why would you enter where you would enter? Why do you use certain indicators? How do they help you? Because if you can elaborate, if you can dig into your brain and use the information in there and verbalize, that's the most important part, verbalize what you're doing and why you're doing it, man, it helps out so many people. It really does. And that's what we do here. We help out people giving the information that most people don't. Either they don't know how, or they don't, I don't want to say they don't know why, but sometimes it's just like, I'm going to enter right now. It's like, why? Just because I am. Doesn't cut it. Like, how is that going to help anybody else? And that's what we do here. We show you how to trade, and we give you the thought process behind it. All right, moving on. Let's see here. We got lots of rib chat in the chat. Lots of rib chat in the chat. I love it. We also have a poll. What is your favorite type of crypto trade? Do you like scalping? Just real quick, in and out, maybe a few minutes to a few hours. Do you like swing trading for a few days to maybe weeks? Or do you like long-term hold trading, where you buy it, revisit it in 8 months, 12 months, 16 months? What is your favorite? All right. Let's see here, going down the list really quick, see if we have any questions. Right. So yes, definitely guys, smash the like. Does help support the channel. Let's see here. We got Paul in the house. Thank you, man, for being here. We got Jesse, username. Very nice. Wix Wi-Fi 89. So happy all of y'all guys are here. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Right now we're looking at crypto bubbles on the daily. The daily, we do have some green, which is good. Not too amazing, but it's better than double-digit reds, which we saw earlier today on my show, Trade Intuition. Here we have Ray down for the day, 10%. Virtual down, almost the same. And some other ones, too. Not looking too great for the day. Now let's go for the hour. On the hour, they're all pretty much the same. You know, -1, almost -1, just over -1. Let's look at the charts. So this is Bitcoin. This is on the 1 hour time frame. And the price action was about here when we were looking at it on my channel. And well, it actually was here. And we're saying a couple different options. One, it could come down, then up. This is the upward option, the bullish option. This is the not so bullish option. If it does come down, come up, then more than likely the continuation will be from here, coming down, and then just coming down here, This is our decision zone. This is our bounce zone right in this area. Are we going to bounce at this area or get rejected? And we won't know until we're in that area. Now, granted, we can have a greater bias. Which way do we think the price action is going to go based off of the bigger price action? Let's go to the daily time frame. Let's take off the moving averages. On the daily time frame, we can see we're underneath our midway point. We have our range high, our range low, our mid range. We're underneath it. So it would just make, in my opinion, more sense that it comes down if this range does hold true, comes down before potentially revisiting the midway point to possibly going up, bouncing down, going up, breaking out of here. Now, does it mean that it has to do this? No, absolutely not. However, just looking at it, we can see it went up, down, up to the midway, down, up to the midway, broke above it, came all the way down, up to the midway, broke this time above it, came down to the midway, up underneath it, and then now let's see if it continues down here. So if I were to say, okay, what do I think is going to do, up or down? Unfortunately, as much as I want it to go up, I just say down. Now the answer will be down until it breaks above this midline. Then my answer may be up until either this level right here or potentially higher. But this will be my next level of resistance. Now it's very easy. Yesterday, I forgot who it was. Hopefully y'all remember, I don't. There was a trader saying that they would have gone down once it broke a level. And this is the exact same scenario. The exact same scenario that was provided yesterday. Yesterday, because of this, they said they would have gone short. Whether it was this candle or this candle, we can even do a 5-minute time frame. So here we have a breakdown, then maybe here to go short. Now my argument, and it's not like arguing, but my case, you have to bring the case in front of the judge. Why do you think it's going to either go down or up? For me personally, I would not have entered a short here, unlike the other trader saying that they would have entered a short, for the reason of this is an area of possible support. Why would I enter a short here when I have a very strong possibility of a bounce? Doesn't mean it will happen. Nobody knows. But why would I do that? I would enter a short once it breaks this, not this. And perfect example of what I was talking about yesterday. And this, I show you how to trade in real time. Doesn't mean I'm always right, but I show you, not because for example, yesterday, this is what we saw price do this, this, and this. And they said they would short right here. It's easy to do that because you see what happened. But the reason I'm saying I wouldn't have shorted there was because of this support. Sure enough, look at what happens, guys. This is why I do what I do. This is why I teach what I teach. Here it came down and it bounced. On the other example, it didn't bounce. It just rolled over. This is why it's very important to explain your thought process. Here, bounced beautifully off of the area that we might think it might bounce. And now look at this. Now we have more data. High, lower, well, high, lower, high, lower, high, lower, high. This is showing me weakness. This is showing me that I could potentially continue my thought process as far as a short goes. And this just helps my thought process. Could I enter a short right now? Sure. Is it dangerous? Definitely. Why? It could bounce here and then break the high that it just created. Now, this is the bottom of the range that I have, because, you can have a range low, a range high, a mid-range. Every price action can have another range or pattern or what have you in there. But if I'm looking at this, it came up, came down, beautiful retrace. The way whenever we're looking for an uptrend, this is what we want. You know, it did retrace the very bottom of the golden pocket from this move. You know, 0.5618. Maybe a little bit lower. Didn't cross the 786 though. Coming up, finding rejection here, probably off the 382. Let's just examine this. If you have any questions, guys, please let me know. Again, I try my absolute best to explain everything here. So this would have been it. Beautiful. As I just mentioned, 0.5618 more than likely broke through it, but didn't quite touch the 786, and now is pretty much resting on the 382. Bingo, bango. Bingo, bango, guys. Bingo and a bango. Now what do I think is going to happen? So here are my two levels now. My two levels are this. It's much safer to go long the break of this and the retest. Could you enter a long right now if it, like right now? Sure. But it's dangerous. And this is why buying a retest is dangerous unless there's certain ways of buying a retest. For one, what is a retest? Now, I gave the answer yesterday. So let's see here. We got a few people in here. I would like to know your definition of a retest. For traders that are experienced, traders that are not experienced, I would like everybody's answer on a retest. Now, if you don't want to answer, that's fine. If you don't know the answer, that's fine. But I would like to know your answer on a retest. And I'll give you several minutes to do that. And we have some very smart traders in here. Man, it's amazing to be in such great company. It really is, with so many smart people in here. So for all the smart people who are traders, tell me your definition of a retest. Oops, my purple juice. I just dropped my cap. Hopefully I don't spill it. Ooh, I'm scared now. All right. So while you're doing the definition of a retest, and I would like everybody's definition of a retest. While y'all are doing that, there are a few levels that I'm looking at. One is this, and let me change the color. Let's do it to white. Like for me right now, I want to get into a trade. And of course, with the answer for the retest, well, let me see what we have so far. See here. Going down the list, got a bunch of feedback. Okay. So Mr. John says higher lows for a retest. I'm going to agree with you. On what time frame? Ooh. Be very specific with your answer. So John, so far, has had the most correct answer, higher lows. On what time frame and why? As if you were teaching me. So if you were teaching me, how would you explain a retest? But John, so far, has the more right answer. See, going down the list, Dylan says a retest is when the price action breaks out of a zone, comes back and break the previous break. Okay. So that one is another one. So for one, we have an answer of a higher low. So let's go ahead and draw this out. This is our low. This is our higher low. So this is one answer. This is our low. And then this is our higher low. Wouldn't it be just better to type it? Yes, but this would give more time for y'all to do this. So let's go ahead and hide this. So this is our low and our higher low. So that's one answer. Another answer is, see, a retest is when the price action breaks out of the zone. Okay. So let's say a zone. A zone. How would I draw that? Okay. So let's just say it's like this, and then it breaks out. So this is our zone. A zone could be a range. So it breaks out, comes back, and breaks the previous break. So something like this. Well, for me, this would not be a retest. This would be a failed pattern, whether it's a falling wedge, a cup and handle. Whenever you break back into the pattern, it's a no-go. And that means that pattern failed. So we have two answers so far, a low and a higher low. We have one where the price action breaks out of the zone and then re-enters. Okay. Buck says, after a breakout, test the resistance as support. After a breakout, test the resistance as support. Okay, so now I think Buck is saying kind of like this. So we have the breakout, and then a retest is when it comes back to the area it broke out from to start coming up. Let me read that one more time. Comes back and breaks. Okay, wait. Where it flipped from support to resistance and gets support. Okay, so this is what Buck is saying, and test the resistance as support. Darren Does Things also said this thing too. Says, "Mad love, Joe. Appreciate you, man. A retest is where a level retest where it flipped from support to resistance or resistance to support." Okay, so he's saying the same thing here too. Okay. See here. Golden Wolf says, retesting an area of support or resistance, which the price action might go either way. Retesting an area of support or resistance, which the price action might go either way. That would be the retest. Retesting the area of support or resistance, which the price action might go either way. Okay, so you're saying that price broke out, is coming back down. I'm guessing, I hate assuming, but I'm assuming that an area of resistance which price action might. Okay, so you're extremely vague, but I think you know what you're talking about, but you're extremely vague for somebody trying to explain it to somebody. So what I'm trying to do is explain it to somebody, but if I were to say those words, there's no way they would understand. For me, I would kind of understand, but so far the other wording is a little bit easier to follow. See here, next. Here. Okay, let me see. Testing support and resistance. Okay. Now my question to you, JP, since that would be a retest for you, testing support and resistance. Throughout the entire chart, there's nothing but support resistance. So where like it would have to be more defined. All these levels right here that I'm showing you are all areas of support resistance. See here. Okay, Darren Does Things says a retest is where a level retest where it has flipped from support resistance. Okay, so we have another one. I think you just said the same thing though, but it's basically saying where it broke out from, and then it finds support on it. So that right there is a correct answer. And this higher low is a correct answer. So just give y'all a heads up on that. See here, that's very nice. Very nice. Okay. So both of these are correct. Now, most people will wait for this and miss out on amazing gains because they're waiting for the retest of the bounce over the area that it broke out from. And when the market gets really, really crazy great, we'll see something like this, but without such a pullback. It'll pull back maybe 30% and then continue going up 60, 80%, pull back 30%, and that is the retest. So a retest is either where the price action broke out from, which was resistance, and found support on, which is now support. That is a retest. That's a textbook retest. The retest that most people don't know is when you have a bounce and then a higher low. This is a retest. And now usually it'll be like a breakout. So you have a breakout, a retrace, and then it'll stop. It doesn't have to come all the way down here where it broke out from. If it broke out, coming up, it'll stop and create a higher low and continue up. So those are the two different reasons for retest. All right. So here. You guys are, oh my gosh. See, Dylan says, come back into the zone and break the previous breakout. Starving with the answer. Okay. No, that makes more sense. Okay. See here. See, Golden Wolf says, yes, I failed to wait for the retest to show direction of the move of a channel pattern like you drew there the other day. Okay. All right. Very good, guys. Excellent job on that. And that's what I want to know, guys. Like me as a trader and somebody who teaches and mentors, what I want to know is, like, what do you know? Because you may have like a different way of doing stuff. That doesn't mean my way's the best or my way's the only way. Never think that. What I love doing is I love poking people's brains and saying, this is what I do. How do you do it? And they may show me, it's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna stick with my way. And somebody else might show me, it's like, oh wow, I never thought of it like that. Let me try to incorporate that with my style. And that's the beautiful part about trading. There is no one right way. Now, if you're trading and you're having more success by doing certain things, well, then keep on doing that. But for me personally, when I saw this screamed to me that same example from yesterday, as far as it coming down and entering. It's like, why would you enter? There's no need to. It's extremely high risk because of this. It could bounce. And this is perfect example of what I was trying to illustrate yesterday, where it bounced up. Now it's creating this to almost an equal high, coming down, and now it's like, okay, if it breaks this level, we're going up. And this is what you want to see when you don't want to have a bias. And it's really easy to have a bias when you already see what happened. Oh yeah, definitely. I short it because of the bearish retest. No, you wouldn't have. At least I hope you wouldn't have. Like, you have to take everything into account. That's why it's extremely important. Do not be zoomed in like this. You're zoomed in like this, man, you're going to be in a world of hurt. You have to be zoomed out. You have to go to the higher time frames, kind of see what's going on, do top-down analysis, see where you think it might go to. Nobody knows. That's the biggest thing. Nobody knows. Go and, well, I think it's going to come down, especially if it breaks this level, coming down in here, more than likely. But if it regains this level, more than likely it'll trade in the zone again until it either breaks up or down. And then maybe now trade in this zone for a while before it says, you know what, let me trade in the bigger zone before it decides to go up or down. And we can have a thought process of, well, you know what, I think it's going to come down. Just because it went up here, it came down, it had its opportunity to go up and it didn't, it broke this level. Now it's trading in this range. it's not looking strong, you know, with pretty good chance of it coming down here, maybe even trading in this range before potentially either bouncing or maybe bouncing here. No, my point is, nobody knows what's going to happen. If this was a program, and I mentioned this earlier on my show, and I say this from time to time, if this was a program where the series was 01, 01, 01, we would know the next series would be more than likely 99% positive 01, 01, 01. We don't know. All we have is the statistics and probabilities. That's all we have. And if it breaks a low, pretty good chance it's going to keep on going down until it breaks a high. And that's how I trade. Very, very simple. It'll continue going up and break the highs until it breaks the lows. How simple is that? Too simple, right? This is too simple. It'll continue being an uptrend until it breaks the low. Now, I guarantee, put this against any trading style you have, any pattern you have, any harmonics you have, any Elliott waves that you have, put this against anything, and can it hold up? It will continue being a higher high, continue being in an uptrend until it breaks the low. Now, this is not saying that it's going to go down. It's not saying that. It's saying, watch out. We might start a downtrend, and it'll continue being a downtrend until it stops breaking the lows. Now, once again, this doesn't mean that it's going all the way down or anything like that, because it could fake you out. And now it's going up. And then before you think it's going up, now it starts to break down. And now you're like, whoa, wait a minute. Which way is it going to go? Up, down? What was it going to do? That's when you zoom out. Zoom out. Go to a higher time frame. What do I think the plan might be? Up or down? So that's my thought process, guys. Let me know if you like my thought process. And if you don't like my thought process, that's okay. Like there doesn't have to be a right or wrong reason or way to trade. This is just how I trade. Very, very simple. Now, of course, I use other things in addition to what it's so funny too, because people, Joe doesn't like indicators. It's not that I don't like them. It's that I can see most of this stuff without using indicators. Now, what I can't see is where volume's at. Well, how do I do that? Well, one, I use my anchored VWAP. I'll go from the swing low or a swing high. Here's my anchored VWAP. And then sometimes what I'll do is I'll have a few of them, which for me creates a Bollinger Band with volume. What? How do you do that? That's amazing. Well, here's a low, or here's a swing that I use. Here's another swing that I use. Boom. That's my Bollinger Band. I personally, and Piper was talking about this in the morning show, 9:30, about Bollinger Bands. I don't use them. I don't like them. I go into great detail why I don't like them on my channel. And one thing that I do is I like debunking a lot of stuff. Now, Bollinger Bands have been around for a long time. Maybe there hasn't been somebody with such a simple mind, and I got a simple mind, not gonna lie, to where it kind of like not challenges it, but exposes it. Maybe that's why. I don't know. And if you like the Bollinger Bands, tell me why. And I'll tell you why I don't like them. And my reasoning will more than likely shed some light on your reasoning in about 3 minutes. Jesse says, me too. Hopefully it's in agreement with me saying that they don't like the Bollinger Bands. Jesse says, simple as 1, 2, 3. Joe. Yeah. Let's see here. Range. Darren Dusting says, I'm a range trader. Price range 80% of the time. Yeah. For me, I like range trading. I made so much money last bull run with range trading. It was nuts. Now, for range trading, it's higher risk because you're buying the lows without knowing if it's going to bounce. By the time it's confirmed that it is a bounce, how do you know it's a bounce? You have to have more candles. What time frame? Higher time frame, the better. Lower time frame, more fake outs. So there's all these things that you have to take into account. But if you do happen to get the low and you just trade the range, you can make some crazy money. However, let's say you bought down here and now the price just rolls over and goes down, well, then you lose. But you have a greater percentage likelihood, especially if you can already see an established range of entry. Oh, 1 second, guys. One moment. Un momento, por favor. One moment. Uno momento. All right. Take this time to get a little beverage drink. 1 second. All right. Very good. Camera. Back on. Camera back. All right. There we go. Let's see here. Jesse says, I like to trade based on volume. Same. I like volume. I really do. Now, the volumes that I personally like is this one. The anchored VWAP. Man, do I love it. And the way I do this, again, simplicity. If price action is above this, good. If price action is below it, not so good. That's how I trade. Very simple, right? Yeah. We got Crypto Coin Mindset in the house. What's up, Crypto Coin Mindset? Appreciate you, man, being here. Let's see here. Darren Dusting says, I need that max reward, a low risk, dopamine hits. I never like the trading break and retest. Yeah, trading the breakout is risky. And then, but here's the thing too, like with the breakouts, like this is the level it needs to break. Once it breaks it, we can enter it. So we're doing breakout trading with the anticipation of a retest. So if the price were to come up, close here, we enter here with the anticipation of a retest. Now, the reason we're entering here is because let's say it breaks out and it does this, and then it doesn't do the retest, so way over here. You know, we're missing out on all this versus entering now and then anticipating it coming back down and then entering here. But I mean, I agree. And sometimes like I'll be like, man, why did I enter? I know it's going to come down, like, or I have a higher likelihood it's going to come down. Why do I enter? Because I don't want to miss this move. That's why. I don't want to miss this move. So I'd rather get a little bit now. And if it does run up, then great. When it pulls back and it starts going up again, then I will enter the trade or add to the trade. But if it does pull back, okay, that's fine. I was expecting it. It's okay. Then it pulls back. And then I wait 3 to 5 candles. So that's another thing as far as the retest goes. I wait 3 to 5 candles. Now, depending on the time frame, depends on how strong these candles are. If I do it on 3 to 5 candles on a 15-minute time frame, those candles are much weaker than a 4-hour time frame. Now, this also depends on the market cap. So there's a lot of things that I go into when I'm looking at all this stuff. But then on the retest, I'll enter, and then more than likely it'll break this level and then continue on. But we'll see. All right. Let's see here. When in doubt, zoom out. That's what Frankie tells us all day long. Yeah, Frankie's smart. I really do like Frankie. I haven't seen one thing that he does that I don't like. And I really like seeing what people do and how they trade. so far, I haven't seen him do something, because you know how some people, you buy the break of the 200, and then once it breaks in the on the 1 minute time frame, no, you don't do that. Like if you want to do the moving average trading, and there's a style for that, you got to go in a larger time frame, like the daily, maybe even the weekly. You can't do it on a 1 minute. I've done that before. I've done moving average trading. I love it. It's super simple. It breaks above the level on a daily candle close, you enter. It breaks below, you close. Very easy. However, this particular person is showing this on a 1 minute time frame. Now, that I would call out. But for Frankie Candles, like everything that he does, now granted, I don't watch him 24/7. You know, there's times where I'll watch him and I'll be editing my videos and watch him and then doing other things. But everything that he does, I agree with. I don't see anything that he's done so far that I would have to say, ooh, no, I don't like that. No. Good stuff. Let's see here. Dylan says 100% love your thought process. Thank you, man. See here. Kelly says, hi, Joe. Late to the stream. Do you think Bitcoin is going to roll over? So let's answer that question. Let's get rid of all this junk first, just so we can kind of clean our chart just a little bit. Clean our chart just a little bit. I do love drawing. Love it. All right. So in my opinion, 4 hour time frame, zooming out, it's not looking strong for Bitcoin. We're in this zone. We're in this range. Right now, currently, we're underneath this range, a range low, high. This white line is our mid-range. Range high, range low, mid-range. And you can see this on a bigger time frame. For example, the day. This is so in the lower time frames, you'll see these wicks are actually candle bodies. But on the daily time frame, if we're looking at this, we can see, you know, we're in this range. It's a bit of a down, very slight downward motion, very slight. You can only see it when you really zoom in. And it's in this range. Here's our mid-range. Current price is underneath our mid-range, so that's not good. Because it could continue coming down, which would be good in the macro sense. And this bounce zone I'm looking at is around 94.7 to about 92.5. If we break this level, and man, I really hope we don't, because if we do and close on the daily, that's important. If it closes on the 15 minute, the 5 minute, nobody cares. Nobody cares. But if it closes on the daily time frame underneath 92.6, or even worse yet, this orange line, which is our trend line from the previous cycle, you can see it right here. It's a previous cycle, 21. These are our highs. If we break below this, it's going to be a world of hurt. And for one, we don't have a bunch of ups and downs, a bunch of volume here, buyers and sellers. This is what's known as a low volume node here, also here. And I believe it was 2 days ago, Piper was showing some stuff from X, and they did it on I believe it was a monthly, where if the price action pulls back 38%, that's when we're in the bear market. If we run a pivot retracement from the low to the high, this is the 38% mark, 0.382. Now, I'm not going to wait for no weekly kind of close. If it closes under the day, I think it was a weekly or the monthly, I forget. But anyway, I'm going to do mine on the daily. If it closes underneath here, more than likely, we'll probably be opening shorts already here. I don't want to open shorts here, which would be more of a swing trade. If I do any shorts, they're more of a scalp, a few hours to a day. But right now, I would think that the price action would come down here to the bounce zone because it's underneath our midline. I would think it'll come up here to the bounce zone and then hopefully bounce and then hopefully come down to our mid level and then break out. And then everybody is drinking champagne in the streets, and there's music in the streets, and there's dancers and jugglers and people selling, you know, whatever. That's would be awesome. That would be awesome. But if we break this level, man, right around 92-ish area, now we're in danger. Big danger. Closing underneath our trend line, very big danger. Breaking, and I actually have it here. Set the alert, end of the bull run, and I have an alert, locked and loaded. If we close under this, we're done. Possible. Now, granted, the market makers know exactly what we're looking at. They know exactly what they're printing this. So they may print it to where everybody starts going short. And then it breaks this level. Everybody starts going short even harder, not taking profits because they're seeing their account just like make crazy money. And then they dump it. And then out of nowhere, like, oh, this area is great. Maybe even coming down to this area, because normally in the bear market, we go lower than the all-time high. You know, we go, I think it's like 20% lower from here. I believe that's the number. Anyway, just know that we go lower. So we could come all the way down here, but because the market makers know that we're thinking this, they may come in down here, break below the 382. Everybody starts going very, very aggressive, and then they spike it up, liquidating everybody who just went short. Yep. Let's see here. Perry says, hello, I'm Perry. About to switch Bitcoin to XRP. Cool. For me personally, I don't like XRP, but I don't let that bias make me money. I still hold XRP. Personally, I won't buy anymore, but people are buying it right now and making a killing, absolute killing. So good for you, man. Good for you. Of course, everybody says Bitcoin is the safest one to do. Granted, it's not going to give you instant gains, 30, 40%, like XRP might do. But if you hold it long enough, it doesn't have all the tremendous volatility that all these alts do. And then before you know it, you're holding Bitcoin and it's worth now 500,000. Then it's worth in a few years, 800,000, then 1 million. So, all right. Let's see here. Let me catch up on the chat really quick. Let's see here. We got about 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Golden Wolf says, what do you guys mean by confluence? What are they talking? Let's see here. Jesse says, I am not a math genius, but I love the confluence. Darren Does Things prior to that says, I don't trade resistance. I go full position at highs and lows of ranges when there's confluence. Okay, so I think that was the beginning of the word confluence. All right, so basically confluence means when things agree with each other. So let's say, for example, somebody is going to trade this range and the price is down here and they have bullish divergence. And then on a lower time frame, on let's say a 15-minute, there is a inverse head and shoulders. So we have two things that are agreeing with each other, saying that the price might go up. It's never a will. Price might go up. Then you have the price action above a moving average. Let's say they use the 9 or the 21 or whatever they use, and the price action's above that. Well, all those things are screaming that the price action is bullish at the moment. It could change at any moment. And then they enter the trade. And it'd be like, good trade. So right now, on the 15-minute time frame, it's not looking good as far as coming up at the moment, we have our high, lower high, lower high. It is breaking. Well, it broke this level down, came up, came down, making a higher low. And we do have some selling pressure on the 15-minute time frame. Some selling pressure represented by these wicks. Now, granted, just because we have wicks does not mean that the candle is going to go a certain way. But Joe, my mentor said that when we have a long wick, it leads to a long wick reversal. And look, it came up and it came down. Long wick came up. Long wick went up. Okay. What about this long wick? You can't just pick and choose. Look, Joe, long wick went down. My mentor's better than you. Look, Joe, a long wick and it went up. Long wick and it went down. Okay. Look, another one, long wick. You can have wicks all over the place. And it doesn't mean that it's going to go up. Another one, long wick and it went up. Well, it went down, really. But then overall, it went up. What about this one? You can't pick and choose. What about this one? And I'm sure there's several others for longer wicks. This one right here, long wick, like I mean, it didn't go down. You can't pick and choose. And that's what mentors do. They pick and choose what they want to show you so that their theory is right. Long wick went up, okay. Long wick went down. Long wicks went up. Long wick went up, okay. Long wick went down, okay. Long wick went up, okay. Now, I would hate for you to think that these wicks make it go up or have a higher chance of going up. These just tell you that there was a buying pressure. Long wick, it went up and then ended up coming down. Long wick, really long wick. I think that's the longest wick I've seen so far. And went down, down, down. My point is, just because you have a long wick does not mean it's going down or up. The next kind, you have to treat each candle for its candle. And what I mean by that is let's say we had let's just say we had this. And I've seen this happen, guys. Doesn't even matter the time frame. Let's say we have a long wick. The next candle, you would think it's going to do this. Sometimes it does. Sometimes with this long wick, the next candle is like this. And the next candle is like this. But your mentor won't call out this long wick because it doesn't fit into their program. So it's very important. Like, so many people try to make this stuff to where you can distinguish it by, you can't. Because it is not a program. Every single one is unique. It's like a snowflake. Joe talking snowflakes. It's like a snowflake. Each one is unique. Each one has different buyers and sellers. Each one could freak out or not freak out. So just because we have a long wick, that doesn't mean it's going to go down. It could. More buyers might come in and start coming in. So all right, moving on. Let's see here. Into the list. Darren Dusting says, thought process is on point and easy to understand. Even as a seasoned trader, it's good to be reminded of simplicity. Exactly. Now, granted, do I trade with more stuff than I show? Heck yeah. But you don't need all that stuff to trade. And like I said, it's so funny. They're like, well, Joe, he doesn't use indicators. I use indicators. But I show people they don't need indicators. And not only that, but I show people what the indicators do and how to use them. Because there's a lot of people, man, let me go to this. There's a lot of people that will use indicators. Let's just say, for example, this one. And let's use the Bollinger Bands. All right. And everybody knows this. Once they get squeezed, something's going to happen. Awesome. Is it going up or down? It doesn't tell us that, Joe. That would be way too easy. It just says something's going to happen. Wasn't something going to happen anytime? Joe, you're not listening to me. Use the Bollinger Bands because it'll tell you when they squeeze together, something's going to happen. Okay. So you're saying that I could be a weatherman and say it might be rainy outside or sunny. No, of course not. Look, Joe, it's getting close. It's getting tight. Something's going to end. Look, Joe, it did. Okay. Then we have the whole theory of when the price goes to the bottom of the band, it's coming up. So this is what I'm referring to by it's really easy to be a Monday quarterback. Really easy. Or a Monday coach. Look, Joe, we have the Bollinger Bands. I came out to the bottom. The price action made it come to the bottom or whatever you say. Came up to the midline because that's the magnet. That's what man, I don't like the word magnet. I'm traumatized by that. My mentor, one of my earlier mentors, would say that all the time. There's a magnet, Joe. And with the Bollinger Bands or the 21 SMA. Now this blue line is actually the 20 SMA. Some people don't know that. This is the 20 SMA. Don't believe me? Try it out. It'll go right on top of it every single time. And man, I lost so much money. For one, trusting in that mentor, and two, trusting in his theories, because he would show me what already happened. This is why I stress to people, I show you how to trade in the moment, not after the fact. Example A, Exhibit A. Price action comes down to the bottom of the band, snaps back to the midline, and then even goes to the top of the band. Goes to the top of the band, snaps back to the midline, possibly the bottom of the band. If you just trade this, Joe, you can be very successful. What? It's that easy? Oh, man. I just became a millionaire. So you're saying if I buy the bottom of the band, sell some of it, some of it at the midline, and then all of it at the top, then I can make some money, or just sell all of it at the midline, whatever. And if it goes to the top, I can short to the midline at least, maybe take profit, but definitely all of it at the bottom. Man, that's genius. I love the Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands are going to make me so much money. Is it? Let's try it out. So here, bottom. Says come up. And I'm longing right now because it's the bottom. I'm longing. Come into the midline, sell some of it. Come up here. I'm going to sell it. Oh, no, I'm not going to sell it yet. I'm going to sell it. Whoa, it's way far from my midline. It's going to come back to it. Who's heard people say that before? When you have the price action far away from the 21-day moving average or 21 moving average or whatever moving average, it's going to go back down to it because it's a magnet. Who's heard that? And then what happens? Price didn't slingshot back. I need to sell. I should sell. And I do, because I just made a lot of profit right there. Man, great. And let me actually short, because it's far away. Let me make money both ways. So I short, and what happens? It continues to go up. Not only that, pay attention to the band. This is the rule. When the price goes to the band usually snaps it back, right? But look at the band. The band adjusts to the price action. Well, then if it adjusts to the price action, what good is the band? Isn't the job of the band to slap it back down? the band continues to come up. For example, here. Another example right here. It moved far away from this and it came down. Why did it come down? Always ask that question. Why is it doing what it's doing? Why did it come down? Because of the band? Because of the moving average is a magnet? People are doing exactly what you want to do. They're buying low, selling high. They made profit. They're going to sell. Whether they bought here, the break of this, the bottom of the range, or maybe way down here, they're selling. Price goes down. And then here, look at this. This band is adjusting to the price action. It's not slapping it back down. It's reacting to the price. Look at this. Get your mentor on the phone. Tell him to tell me that this slaps it back down. But look, Joe, it does. Oh, okay. Okay. I got it. I got it now. So we only point out the areas that make our points valid. Huh. Okay. I teach you how to trade in the moment versus this. This is why I don't trade Bollinger Bands. What do they do? So if anybody knows what Bollinger, because I may be completely wrong, all my thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of back testing the Bollinger Bands over these many, many years that I've been trading, I might be wrong. How are these used? It's been Bollinger Bands for like 80 plus years. People use it. How? How do they use the Bollinger Bands? Because that's how I was taught. It comes up to the top of the Bollinger Band. It's going to come down because it's like a rubber band. It goes down to the midline. It comes all the way down. It goes all the way up. Really? How about this? Came down, bottom of the band, keeps on coming down. The band keeps on moving, keeps on coming down. Band keeps on moving, keeps on coming down. Band keeps on moving, and then finally comes up. Why? Because it stopped going down. Simple. What do the Bollinger Bands do? If you know, let me know. Please, please, I'm begging you. The Bollinger Bands show me what the price action is doing, present tense, or what it's already done, past tense. Do you use the Bollinger Bands? If so, why? All right. Moving on. I was trying my best not to go on the Bollinger Bands, but I mean, I have to show you all this. But look, Joe, it goes to the bottom and it goes to the top. No, it's showing you what's been done. Because in the moment, it continues to go up. It's showing you, it's literally showing you the price action. Literally. Going down the list. Who's up? All right. Okay. Let's see here. Going down the list. Reading some of your comments. And now, in reference to fading XRP due to the market cap being so high, I used to do that. These very high market caps can easily do a 50, 80% in a few hours. And it's much easier to get a move like that from a lower market cap. You know, a 500 million, 1 billion even. But these market caps, when they are ready to move, they can give you 30, 50, 80% gains in a day, including XRP. Let's see here, going down the list. here. Yes, definitely, guys. Smash the like. Smash the like does help support the channel. It really does. Something very, very easy. Perry says, if XRP goes below 2.2, it will bounce back to, it will bounce back. So those are dangerous words. Anytime you say will or should is better than will, but always use the words probable, might, has a chance of. Never say will. That's the worst thing you can do, because then you set in your mind to where that's what will happen, and then you'll create a bias. And even though everything's pointing the other direction, just to know it will do this. It should do this because of blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? All right, moving on. See here, it's like Bitcoin dropping to 60K, then back up to 100 in 10 days. Possible. Let's look at XRP. XRP USDT. Mexi. Get out of here, Bollinger Bands. I was just using you to make fun of you. Get out of here. Here's my thought process on XRP. I don't know. That's what I think. No idea. Nobody knows. Now, we did talk about XRP when the price was right here. And we're saying to put a lower bid at 21% lower than the current price, just in case it comes down. If not, we would enter the trade once it breaks this level. It didn't break the level, but it did come down. And if you would have done this, you would be in a slight loss right now. But I think that price will come down, come up, come down, kind of do this number, then go up, shoot back up. That's what I think. See here. Lunchable Connoisseur says, my buddy Jeremy is a snowflake. Nice. Roaming Brave. What's up, Roaming Brave? Man, we've had a lot of great talk today, man. A lot of great talk. So just remember, guys, every day, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch me here. We do the Trade Academy portion of the Piper Academy Network. We break down trading. We break down trading to the foundation. If you don't have a solid foundation, anything you build on it going to crumble. If you want more of this type of content with less filters, I'm kind of filtered here just out of respect for Piper. I normally say a lot of other things on my channel, nothing like bad or anything, but I just have more freedom. And now, granted, Piper doesn't restrict me. It's just I restrict myself for respect. Respect. You know, this is his channel. I don't want to do anything that would disrespect his channel. But if you want more of this content, guys, reach out to me. Go to my channel. Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Trade Intuition. And of course, Saturday and Sunday at 5. Make sure the notification bell's on, because I'm going live more times. Sometimes I'll go live at midnight, my time. Sometimes very early in the morning, my time. Sometimes 2 or 3 in the morning, my time. You know, it just depends. But yeah, make sure to follow me. Notification bell, blah, blah, blah. All right, moving on. Jesse says, 20, simple, moving average. Yes. Yes, that's a 20 SMA for the Bollinger Band. Sure is. Yeah, I found that out one day because I'm back testing and everything's like, man, it looks like a moving average. And I go and I was like, oh, sure, it's a 20 moving average. And then maybe like 6 months afterwards, I read it on, where did I read it? Investopedia. On there, it has documentation. It's a 20 SMA. That's like, oh, cool. I found it before I read it. So that was pretty cool. See here. Moving down the list. Thank you, Cryptocoin Mindset. Appreciate you, man, for stopping by. Appreciate you. Massey says, stuffed out. Oh, dang it. I already know where to re-enter. No, I don't. Woosah. Here. Man, nobody had any feedback on my big old long speech about the Bollinger Bands. Huh. No feedback, Joe, you're wrong. Joe, I use them and they're amazing. Joe, my mentor, has been preaching on that forever. Not one comment. Testing, 1, 2. Is this mic on? Testing. But yeah, so what I do is I pretty much debunk a lot of different ways of trading. It's really easy to trade when you already know what happened. Very easy. All right, moving on. Any questions, guys? Questions, comments, concerns, issues? Roman Brave says, I don't use no stinking bands. I don't use no stinking bands. Let's see here. The Magnet Talk is big BS. 100%, man. 100%. And so many say that. So whenever people say magnet, it gives you a bias. Oh, it's going to go there because, well, it's a magnet. And like that will wreck you. So whenever I'm doing my teaching, like I show you what others do and I show you the correct way of thinking of it. Because nobody knows what's in it. And that's one thing I love about Frankie. The very first time I saw him, those are the very first words he said. And I was like, dude, this is what I say all the time. And then to hear somebody, as soon as I turn on the video, that's the first thing he says, nobody knows what's going to happen. And if somebody tells you that they do, I was like, what? That's what I say. I said, I think I like this dude. And I started just watching him. And like all the stuff that he teaches and everything is like, I'm not finding anything to disagree with. I'm not finding anything to where he's trying to bamboozle his people. Like I'm not finding anything. And that's what I do. I try to find stuff to where it's like, oh, okay. Because then it gives me content. It's like, oh, you don't want to, I don't say you don't want to follow this person. I just say, you know, there's mentors out there, there's YouTubers out there that say X, Y, and Z. Don't do it. So I get content from people, and him, I can't get content from. There are some people I can just watch for 3 minutes, and I already got like 2 different things I can use because they are trash. 100%. And they're wrecking people. 100%. See here. Daily Profits. What's up, my man? What is up? Dude, you missed a great show, man. Man, you missed a great show. You really need to watch it again. Because we did talk about a Bitcoin, the short that we were talking about earlier, where it was up here. This is a new day, new chart. This is the bounce I was referring to. This is the bounce that happened. Came up here. Now we're looking at this area. Safer entry to short is here. You missed a whole bunch, man. Not only that, but we talked about Bollinger Bands. Let's see here. What else? Bitcoin is pushing down right now. Yep. Dylan said, Trade Intuition, do you poll? Let's see. Due to the poll, we see that people scalp more. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, how do I do? Oh, over here. See, what is your favorite type of crypto trade? Scalping, 40%. Quick trades. Swing trades, 34%. And long-term holds is 26%. Very nice. So let me read the comments. See here, scalp more. Could we go deeper on how to scalp personally tomorrow after a Bitcoin update, etc.? Yeah, just remind me. But this right here is how to scalp. Like whenever I'm on a small time frame, this is how to scalp. And what we have to do is we have to wait. This is the part that most scalpers either don't want to do. For example, right now, and again, it's really easy to say this after the fact. That's what I tell everybody. However, everybody loves to teach after the fact. Here, once it broke this level, I would want to short only to about here. Why? Here's my level that might possibly bounce. So what is this telling me? I would have, well, for one, I'd have to go in a smaller time frame, like a 5 minute. So you want to reduce the time. And then I would have to increase my leverage because, well, this is only less than a 1% move. So I would have to do a leverage of, oh man, anywhere between 50 and 74. And then I'd have to have a tight stop loss, expecting and willing to lose. So depending on how much I put in, depends on how much I want to lose and be comfortable with. If it's $100 and that hurts me, I'm not gonna do 100. If it's $5 and it doesn't hurt me, I'll do $5 or $1, 10 cents, whatever, just to practice. But knowing that here is my first target, and could I get more? Sure. I don't sell all of it here. I sell some. But this is literally how to scalp. Like all this stuff that I'm showing you here, you know, it broke down, and probably around here I would have entered, even though the candle did not close. And again, all this depends on your risk management. Because the sooner I can enter in, then I know where my liquidation's at. Let's see, morning from Aussie land. Jay Biden, so happy you're here. We had a killer show today, in my opinion. Let's see here. Then, of course, it came down, then it came up. And I probably would have kept the trade open. I don't think I would have taken profits yet. So again, what I do is I show you what I would have done in the moment versus, oh yes, definitely, I would have taken profits right here because, for what? Why? Why would you have taken, give me your reasons. You know, man, so many fakes out there. So I wouldn't have taken profits here. Comes all the way over here. I'm getting kind of nervous, like, oh crap, man, I was up. And then now I'm gonna get liquidated. If I go like negative 10%, negative, I'm gonna probably just close it out. Granted, I'm on leverage. And for this leverage, for me personally, I would have done 74. It's safer 50. I would have done 74. Then it comes back down. It breaks this level. Oh, good. I was worried about it because here it could bounce, but it broke it. Awesome. Comes down here to my first target area. I never, no, my target would be down here. Here would be my level because I'm trading on the 5-minute time frame. My target would be, I'm not looking over here. My target would be about right here, and I miss it. So look, just take what I just did. Just look at what I just did. When I'm looking at this, I said, look, guys, I'm not looking over here. I'm looking over here. And I'm judging this on where my target would be. Anybody else? This is where my target would be, right here. Because they're looking exactly at the moment where the price changed. So they could be right. Nah, my target would be about here. And I missed it. This is the difference between me and everybody, a lot of other people. I show you what I would have done in the moment. I can't prove it to you anymore. Came down, starts coming up. I'm in good profit right now. And started to come up. Broke my level right here. I'm going to sell 50%. Just in case it bounces here on this level. I sell 50%, comes up, breaks this level. Greed's getting into me. I'm going to wait for this level. Maybe it will bounce. Comes to here, starts coming up, I sell. So now I'm at a loss. I'm at a loss and I won. So from my percentage of win to my percentage of loss, I maybe made 20%. And then it comes up. It's like, okay, based off of this run up, I need to pull back. I need to pull back to, and this, that's the thing. Price action needs to go up and come down. Price action needs to go down and come up, unless it's a rug. So looking at this movement, I would expect it to retrace about 38% to more than likely 50%. Sure enough, it retraces 50%, golden pocket, and then a little bit more. I'm expecting this. I want this. So you could try to front run the short. I wouldn't though. It's a very high risk. You could bounce here. And plus you don't know how much higher it's gonna go. So I wouldn't short, I would wait. I'd wait for a bounce. So now it comes down, comes down, comes down into my area. Not only that, but look at this, right around this area too. Came down, starts coming up. I want to, now I'm thinking long. I want to long. Do I long? I want to. Now this long is very like, it's a scalp of a scalp because eventually I want to come down. I want this to come down. We have lower highs. So I want it to come down, but I can play in between the longer play. Do I want to long? I'm right underneath this level. I'll wait. Sure enough, comes over here, bounces, gets rejected. Comes down, breaks above. Now I'm thinking about longing. I'm gonna wait for this kind of to close, and it closes red, so I don't long. But if it would have closed green and above this level, I'm longing. I'm longing, and hopefully I'll break this level. But that didn't happen. Now it comes down, breaks this level. Okay. Possibly this is gonna start playing out now. Breaks this level. Okay. Should I short? Too risky. Breaks this level. Should I short? Too risky. Should I short? Definitely. Once it breaks this level. These are all scalps within the main scalp, in my opinion. Could I be wrong? 100%. See, Rolling Brave says, I use RSI, MACD, Prime Oscillator, and Market Oracles. Very nice. So I do have this. This is X marks the spot. This is my cheater's guide. Not gonna lie, this is my cheater's guide. And I absolutely love this. This is from Chart Prime. Chart Prime. I love this. Tells me bearish or bullish. I absolutely love that. I love the colors of the candles. I love the, oh man, I just forgot the name of it. But these levels, because they're kind of like the, kind of like a moving average. Whether it does it on volume, I'm pretty sure it does. Then, you know, and other things that they put into it. But the way I look at it, if it's above it, it's strong. If it's below it, it's weak. And right now it's been weak for a long time. Could it go up and down the whole time? Sure, of course. But, you know, I'm looking at the bigger picture. But yes, I do enjoy that. I use these down here as well. But when I use indicators, this is what I use. But when I'm showing stuff and teaching, this is what I use. It's not as intimidating. And I only have this. I don't even look at it. But I only have this to, because this is what traders are used to. Now, granted, do I, you know, trade on bullish and bearish divergence? Not really. I mean, I can see it when I look down. But oh yeah. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Going in the list. Kelly says, it was interesting and I don't feel inclined to use them now. I saved another one. I also think seeing how you can scalp trade tomorrow would be cool. Yeah, and we'll do it too. Like I said, I have a $25 challenge. It's on a futures account. First, I started off with $10. And then in like 2 days, I took it up to $25. So then I was going to do a $25 challenge. And that $25, I took it to $33. And then I started front running and using higher leverage. So basically what got me to the point of the $33 from the $10, I said, let me switch it up. Let me get more aggressive. And then I lost a bunch of money. From 33, I went all the way down to 10 again. I was like, all right, fine. I'll use what works, which is patience and not front running. And then waiting for the trades to come to you. So I took the $10 and I think now it's at 27. Okay. And this is what I recommend. Trading with very little money and just doing it over and over. Put a $10 account to a $50 account. Then take out that $50, start with $10 again, do it again, and then do it again, do it again. Let's see here. But yeah, we can play tomorrow. And then if we have a coin that y'all want to play with, whether it's Bitcoin or whatever, we can all just say, all right, let's play with XRP. That's the only one I don't want to play with. I have a very bad taste of XRP, doing leverage, and I don't like XRP. But any other coin, any other coin. And then I'll show you my thought process as far as my leverage and everything else. Because all that takes, like you have to think about all this stuff. And if you trade with $1, literally, we can go on the 1 minute time frame. And we can just get little moves. And what I do is I'll trade with $3, $5, $6, $10, whatever it is, but it just depends on my leverage and how much I'm willing to lose. And then I'll cash out $2, $6, $8, whatever it is. And then, yeah, we can play. Like, see here, I would do a short, high leverage around 74x, and then I have my stop loss up here. And if I get stopped out, I get stopped out. I lose 50 cents with a chance of winning maybe $3, $5. And there's times where you're going to lose, but all in all, you win. But now, granted, here, this is where I would think it was going to come down to. Well, yeah, we can play. We can play tomorrow. Let's see here. I wonder how come it's not showing up. Oh, it went to Chalk Chat. That's why. That's weird. Now I'm going back to the live chats. Jesse says, a bingo bango, Joe. A bingo and a bango. Chris says, glad I got to catch the stream today. Yeah, man. I am too. I am too. Okay. Going down the list. See, oh, that was fun again. Alex O. Alex O was in here and let's see. Oh man, I'm all confused now because I have live chat here and top chat here. How it changed, I have no idea. Let's see here. Going down the list. Lunchable on Sewer says, Mr. Alex in the AM. Hit the snooze. Yeah. Man, there's sometimes where I usually don't catch him. Now that guy, man, I say the story a lot. I love saying the story. For me, it's really easy for me to spot people, if they know how to trade or not. Very easy. And I saw Alex. As soon as I saw him, he was already in a trade and he had just lost. And so I'm expecting, oh, here's another one where they're going to do like excuses and, oh, I didn't look at the 4.5 minute time frame and the 7 minute, 15 second time frame. There was divergence or whatever. You just make excuses like everybody else does. And sure enough, I'm watching and I was like, yeah, guys, we entered the trade and we lost it, but that's what happens. I was like, well, wait a minute. I never hear anybody say that. I say it. I said, oh, and then sure enough, you didn't make excuses or nothing. It's like, wow, mad respect. Because everybody, they always want to be right. And you can't be always right. All right, moving on. Let's see here. Okay. Live chat. Okay. Don't use the bands. Nice. Okay. Kelly says, your style looks similar to Frankie Kendall's. Very nice. With the channels and support lines, I'm finding more success with trading this way. Yeah. And that's why Like for me, when I found Frankie Candles, I was like, this dude trades like me. And he says the things that I'd say. I said, I like this dude. This dude's all right. You know, he's not, he again, I don't watch him all the time. But he does, and even when I'm on his channel, I'm editing videos or I'm doing stuff with my group, but I have him on here, but really low. So it counts as to help support. That's what I'm doing it for. But I'm doing my other stuff. But yeah, the stuff that I have heard him say and the way he looks at stuff is like, to me, it's spot on. Let's see here, going down the list. Lunchable Connoisseur says, need to be like Wata in the market. That's what I say. You need to be like Wata. That's right. Okay. Roaming Brave says, after watching your videos, I zoom out to the 4 hour and the 1 hour to chart out what I think are possible support resistance levels. Yeah. You got to, man. You got to go to that bigger time frame. Okay. What's up, Chris? What's up, Chris? Lunchable. So here, going down the list. How are we on time? Got about 10 more minutes. See here. Tamale in the house. What's up, Tamale? See here, going down the list. And we went over a lot of stuff today. Bollinger Bands, charting, Bitcoin. No coin stuff. I think we looked at XRP really quick. Here. Going down the list. You guys are funny. Yeah, Alex is great too. And he's real too. You know, he's like, he has a Discord, yes, and Discord is extremely inexpensive. And I support too many people. Started eating ramen. Like I support a lot of channels, like with money. And like, I'm tired of eating ramen. Please, Bitcoin, do me a solid. Let's see here. Hypercon 25. Let's see. Going in the list. Oh yeah. Alex O loves community. 100%. Frankie also. So you're in a trade? No. I want to be in a leverage trade. But oh no, not looking. I don't like trading the 1 minute. I prefer the 5 minute. It's not looking good in reference to like a long. For me, I'd have to break above. So there's a lot of things that I need. I need the price action to be above my anchor VWAPs. I need my price action to be above my 30 SMA. These are my leverage settings. My 30 SMA, which is this color and this. So for me to go long, I would need my price action above my 9 for sure, preferably above my 30, and definitely above my VWAP. Those are my prerequisites for leverage. For a short, I really don't want to do it here because my opportunity for a short, if I can see through all this junk, I probably wouldn't have taken it though, because my opportunity for the short possibly here, definitely here, but more than likely here. But then it moves so much already It would have been underneath my this VWAP, underneath my 9. My 30's far away. I would have probably entered it here. It would come down really hard, and then I'm more than likely would have taken profit. And as it's coming up, I would have sold it all. Because this was really quick. And when they move very fast, they usually rebound very fast. And then it would have come up here, bounce off of this, start coming down, crossing my 9 and my 30. I'd wait for the break of this. Where it broke, I would have probably entered. It would have started coming up. I would have closed it. So I would have lost right away. And then it broke again. I would have reopened it. And then now I'm in gains. And then I would just roll this. Roll it. And then I'm expecting a bounce here. I take profit. You know, if it starts coming up, I take profit. And then once it starts coming up this way, I take profit. Take more profit to where it closes out. But yeah, I mean, it's already too late. But when I'm looking for coins, that's what I'm looking for. That's my setup. Let's see here. My blood just started boiling. For those of you who know, see here. Tamale says, always a good time catching Mojo. Yes. Frankie is the goated. Yes, Frankie's the goat. Frankie is the goat. See here. Tamale says, the lifer, Sammy, Cup and Handy, is drawing an inverse head and shoulders on the monthly. Looks like a calf. Looks like half a Kirby. Well, let's just look at what Mr. Sammy Cup and Handy says. Inverse head and shoulders, interesting, on the monthly. Well, let's go. Well, let's look at the monthly time frame. Last time I saw him, he was doing a sideways Adam and Eve. He really loves to make up names for patterns. And this is why for pattern traders, it's very easy to force patterns. Because if you don't see it, you just tilt your head and you say, it's a sideways. Be careful, guys. Be careful. Let's look at the monthly. And let's hide everything so we can get a clear view. And he's saying an inverse head and shoulders. Inverse head and shoulders. Okay. So this is a perfect example of pattern traders. This is why I don't do pattern trades. If you do and you're successful, great. I don't do pattern trades. Now, the reason I don't do pattern trades is because I'm not sure if you saw me with a smile, because this is just too funny for me. But let us do this on still a weekly. Just so we can see more ups and downs. Monthly. Let's do a weekly, just so we can see more ups and downs. So it looks a little bit more convincing. So here, where is it? Here it is. We have our shoulder. We have our head. And we have our shoulder. Okay. And we have our measured move. Putting us right at 125. I like it. Now, in reference to this, Question. Hear me out. Hear me out. So we have shoulder, head, shoulder. Inverse head and shoulders. Got it. Would you like that pattern, or would you like cup and handle? Or however you want to draw it. Do you like that pattern? Or would you prefer the bull flag? Let me know. You let me know, and I will let you know your measured move. Your measured move is either here, here, or here, based off of what I drew. We can do more. We can do a, which is part of the bull flag. We can do a falling wedge or channel. If you follow a certain somebody, you may see a sideways Adam and Eve. Let's see here. What else can we do? This is like Pictionary. How many words can you do? How many? Let's see here. We have, depending on who you're following, an inverse head and shoulders here, which is part of the bull flag, which is part of the downward channel, which is part of this, which is part of this, which is part of this. I don't do patterns because of all this. Which one do I want? Y'all see it? Yeah, that's why I don't do that. For me, keep it simple. Here is my level needs to break. That's it. I want it to break that level. I don't want it to break that level. How easy is that? I'll show it to you again. I want it to break this level. I don't want it to break this level. Pretty easy, right? I can do whatever wants inside here, but in order for it to continue being bullish, we're doing higher highs, higher lows. It needs to break this level. If it breaks this level, we're in a world of crap because it could come down to here or even here. Pretty simple. Good, not good. All right, moving on. See here, Frankie Stream has not announced his thing yet. All right, keep me updated, guys. Keep me updated. Frankie Stream is live. Okay, very good. So we'll go over there in just a second. Let me finish up this up real quick. See here. See, unless you already left, I don't think you. Now we'll go party over there in just a little bit. Let's see here. Pennywise. Pennywise is in the house. What's up, Pennywise? See here. See, the market's clowning. It's indeed. Okay. See, Roman Brave says, I probably would have thought bull flag at first. Lunchable Connoisseur says, LOL. What pattern do you see in the clouds? Exactly. That's exactly what Golden Wolf, you nailed it right there. That is exactly, if you squint your eyes really hard and you lean forward a little bit and you spin around in your chair 30, 40 times and you look at the chart, what do you see? Inverse head and shoulders. Yeah. That's exactly right. Let's see here. Mashed potatoes. The Brontosaurus. It's indeed. Let's see here. Sammy even put the flag portion inside of the right shoulder, projecting bullish hopium for 180K measurement. Yeah. I'm telling you guys. See, no, it's a dragon. Yeah. Now it needs. There you go. Shoot some fire from its mouth. It's a 50-50. Yeah. See, help you debunk patterns faster, Joe. If higher high and higher low are bullish. Boom. Done. Mic drop. How easy is that? If you get a higher high and a higher low, bullish, money. If you get a lower low, not so much. Now we're looking at cents because we're losing. Not good. Pretty simple, right? I break stuff down like super crazy, easy, simple. Like you don't have to do anything to, like if you can identify this being good and the break of this being bad, you're there. You are literally there. This is the simplicity that I teach. If you can identify this, you're good. If you can't identify this, well, I'll still help you to identify this. Right, moving on. See here, going to the list. Yeah. Okay, going to the list. All right. All right, good stuff in the back, Larkin. Very nice. All right, so let me go ahead and get the info for Mr. Frankie. Customization, redirect, search, to Frankie Candles. Save. All right, guys, before you go, I would love for you to either put the emoji, bingo bango, or type that out, bingo bango. Before you go, we're going to give you about 30 seconds, and then we're going to head on over to Mr. Frankie Candles and put up the chat. And of course, he's going to be starting in about 5 minutes. So let's go and go, guys. Bingo bangles in the chat. I do thank you guys very much. We do this every single day, Monday through Friday. We give you the basics. We give you the foundation. We break down all those complicated terms and just everything else that makes trading complicated. Now remember, trading is only as complicated as you make it. This is what I teach. Join me on my channel, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday at 5 p.m. And here also get a double dose on the weekdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, let's make this money. Take care, guys. Bingo bango. Thank you, guys. We'll see you on